I don't know how many hands are in there.
Welcome back to Quack Poker. We don't want to tell them how many hands are there, because then they'll know how far you got. You could bust out this next hand and be the most exciting tournament review ever done.
Sure.
So we're back for part 2 of this hand review that we've been doing. If you didn't see part 1, go view the other video part 1, then come back and you can figure out who this guy is and what's going on and what we're talking about. But we're diving into more hands here, doing more analysis. Still pretty early in the tournament. We got 17 big blinds. The starting stack was 5K, so we're not really up that much. We're just kind of getting some shoves and, winning where we can. And at 17 big blinds, like I mentioned in the last video, like one of my most just fucking dreaded blind amounts where there's just anything between 15 and 20 big blinds. Like you can't really shove, but you can't really play hands, and everything just sucks. So that's where we're at.
We're not even close to the money at this point, not even remotely.
Oh, yeah. I imagine... Yeah.
Out of the 1,200 runners, we're maybe at like 700 or something right now.
Small blind with 6-7. When the button raises, we just gotta fold. Seems reasonable. 9-10 here on the button. You decide you just ain't raising that.
Yeah, I think it's again because of that big blind stack.
Big blind stack,
don't
yeah.
commit myself to.
But he hasn't played a hand, and the entire time he sat down.
Then again, he does have like.
Yeah, right. That's fair. So I mean, he is push or fold at this point.
I mean, I think you could.
Oh, he calls here. So
you could raise.
Good thing we didn't raise.
Yeah, I mean,
good.
He wasn't going anywhere apparently.
What did we have? We had 9-10. Yeah, so we weren't winning this one. Queen 8. Yeah, we would not have won this one. so good job not folding or not shoving.
I guess that's probably fine with how much of his stack was in there.
Yeah. Yeah, I think that's. I'm less familiar with the calling ranges, but I think that's pretty close to right there.
I mean, the small blind's shoving like close to any.
Yeah. Because, I mean, Queen 8's above the top 50% of hands, and
just barely.
And you've already got a big blind in there, plus you got the antes in there. It probably makes it worth it.
Yeah, it's probably fine.
Folding the 9-4, as we'd expect. 6-Jack, probably going in the muck. Yeah.
Muck.
8-3 going in the muck. This is tournament poker.
In the muck.
In the muck. Next hand. Definitely. Well, maybe we're calling here. You just let it go.
I don't know.
I'd probably call here.
Huh.
All right, you let go.
I just you could probably.
I think it's.
You could call fold. Yeah.
It's borderline.
Suited,
yeah.
I don't know.
I mean, he's a big stack, but he really hasn't been pushing anybody around. I don't think he's gonna do anything crazy. Jamming the ace-4 on the button with 13 big blinds seems okay. Especially since
standard.
I don't think this guy is gonna be. I think this guy's probably kind of tight. Although he called with the Queen 8, so maybe not. He's probably
Is that the same guy? I think it's a different guy.
Oh no, yeah, the other guy busted.
Yeah,
Sorry, you're right.
next.
So this is a new guy.
Yeah.
All right. Ooh, and you get called, which we don't want to see a caller with ace-4.
No, because we get a caller, we're.
Yeah, we never have that much equity unless he has like ace-2 suited or something like that. We're pretty fucked. I mean, we're not.
I mean, probably.
We're not behind. I don't think necessarily, but we're probably not much ahead.
I'm sure I think.
Well, we got an ace here. We got a 2-pair here.
Oh, I thought I bought a big straight.
Well, no, a little better,
That's
better.
pretty good.
Come on, be greedy. You don't just need a straight. You need the
thought
full
I got a
house
straight
here.
there.
Yeah, so we take it down. Does it show what he has? Pocket 7. So
we get about 30% equity.
yeah. So yeah, we were pretty far behind there.
Seems like
Tournament
a standard
poker.
play on his part.
Good news is, though, we have a real stack now. 28 big blinds. We can start playing. The only shitty thing is the short stack 2 to our left. It means that we can't go too crazy because it's so easy for him to just shove over us, but it's okay. It's okay. We'll see how he's playing, see if he's folding a lot.
6 in the muck. I'm gonna notice this really strange play by this guy, min raising off of 8 big blinds or whatever.
Oh,
10 big blinds.
yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
it's just weird.
Yeah.
I mean, usually means the nuts, but
What? Who knows?
it's really just a strange.
I mean,
play.
again, and I'm used to playing lower stakes or playing live, and there's a lot of shitty players. So I more often than not assume when I see something like that, it's just a player being really shitty, as opposed to like they thought it through and they're trying to be sneaky with the nuts and just min raise to get action. But who knows? Yeah.
Yeah, it's a strange play.
Yeah, definitely a strange play. Definitely worth noting, and especially if we see him show down one of those, we'll want to make a note of
I
it.
think for that reason, I think because of my thought process, I'm just folding.
Yeah, this. I mean, yeah, I think I
get it in versus that guy, or
yeah. I mean, if we think about it as he shoved there, then
we fold.
Then we probably have to fold.
If he shoves, if
yeah.
he shoves 11 big blinds, we fold.
Well, 13 big blinds
13
now.
big blinds,
Yeah.
100%. He's not folding.
Yeah.
He's not folding.
No, he's not. But we're ahead of. Yeah, we haven't seen him do anything too crazy. We've only seen one hand with him though, so we don't know anything about this guy. Yeah. We don't want to call. Wow. Okay, so he gets a caller, including the guys in the big blind. Yeah, I guess. Yeah.
We got a top pair. No.
Jesus, terrible at this game. Come on.
Yeah,
and he bets here. Okay, so now I'm thinking this guy is crazy strong.
Weird, but how does he have the nuts 2 hands in a row?
Yeah.
Turbo 1, 2, 3.
I mean.
Anyway, well maybe. Oh, we get to see his hand. He's not folding. Come on.
What is going on here? So Magic.
Oh, he folded.
Whoa. Okay, so this guy decided with his 13 big blind stack he was gonna open under the gun and then c-bet fold.
Okay, this is a lesson how to throw your chips into the dumpster.
Yeah.
I mean, it doesn't make any sense.
Yeah, this is insane. Although, to be fair, Magic Boom probably has a crazy good hand at this point.
I mean, he has a pair of better that just doesn't.
Yeah.
He just has a pair of better or something. I mean,
yeah.
He's not folding a pair.
Yeah.
He probably has.
You think, but he's not gonna. You think he's gonna raise? He's not gonna raise a 5. So I mean, he's gotta have. I think he's got probably top pair or better here when he raises.
Top pair or better, possibly like 7s or 8s, but
especially when he min raises. Like he doesn't even put the other guy all in.
Yeah, I don't know what he's calling with pre-flop. I mean, he definitely doesn't have a bluff. I don't know.
Although this is bizarro too. Like if he's got a set. Why doesn't he just call?
And then because he's never folding anyway. I have no idea what's going on in this hand. Maybe we should just go to the
and if this guy is bluffing like he is, he should be. If this guy's bluffing like he is, then we should let him bluff again if it's what he's gonna do. That's a weird hand. I would be making some notes after that hand.
Did I give him a note? I think I gave him a note of
yeah, but I don't think I have. Again, I think I just have your hand things. I don't think I get your notes.
Green thing on the bottom right?
Oh, I don't. I think that means the action's on him. That's just who the action's on.
Okay. Anyway, I definitely made a note that said Silly Billy or something.
Silly Billy. All right. Actually, I kind of want to see this hand now that he's in. He calls in the big blind. Check, bet, and he just folds it. I guess. Okay.
I've seen Chris Partlow around too.
Which again, for players watching trying to learn, this is also a horrible play. Like his stack's so short, he's already got the big blind in there. The pot was almost the size of his stack, back when he started, back after this guy raises pre-flop. Like he's just got to get it in here. Like just either get it all in or fold.
Yeah, pretty much.
Because if not, like with whatever hand you have, if it doesn't hit the flop, you're kind of forced to fold anyway. But you still have equity because there's 2 cards to come, but you can't really do anything profitable on this flop. You just want to get it in there pre-flop.
Probably.
You don't want to raise the ace-6 suited with 23 big blinds. I kind of agree with that, especially with this guy being as clowny as he is.
Like, am I going to get it in against that guy?
Yeah.
I'm never calling any re-raises behind me.
Actually, this guy's intrigued me. I want to see till he busts out here. Okay, so he is folding some hands at least.
Yeah, I mean, he has 3 big blinds. 2-5 in the muck.
All right, 2-5 in the muck. This hand's down. Here we are with trash. And wait, you do fold that, right? Oh, you call that?
Yeah.
Whoa! He shoves. He shoves. Sorry,
I'm getting 3-1.
Sorry, you're right.
9 deuce. The reason behind this, fellow YouTubers, why I would call with 9 deuce suited is literally because of all the other chips that are in the pot right now.
Yeah.
The ante's the small blind, my big blind means that I'm getting such a good price when I put my chips in there. 25%. 9 deuce suited against even pocket aces has like 21%.
Yeah.
So I can't be losing chips.
Right. Yeah, what he's saying, this pot odds here tells you once he's all in, there's no more action to happen. So it's literally if you think you have a 25% chance to win with your hand, which 9 deuce suited, yeah.
It
It
does.
probably does against almost every single hand.
Yes, king queen. We have like 33%, 34%.
And
Here,
our friend has 4-5 suited, so we're actually ahead of that hand pre-flop. and
the fold would have been a trap.
Yeah, it would have been an absolute mistake, but then we get destroyed there.
Those small ones, one big.
I don't know. Will this tell me? Can I look at the hand? I don't think it'll tell me the odds. We could look it up. But I don't care. But I know you're ahead there with that hand.
I would guess somewhere around like 60-40.
Yeah, probably. All right, well, we got a monster hand here. We're not going anywhere. This guy min raises the button, which puts us in a little awkward spot. This is, again, the awkward, uncanny valley of the 15 to 20 big blinds where you're just like, I guess I probably raise here because the button is probably raising pretty wide, and our ace-queen's going to be good most of the time.
Oh, you're saying as opposed to call?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You like 100% raise here, yeah.
Raise. We're ace queen suited.
But see, and you're raising all in. Okay, interesting. Okay. Okay.
So ace queen suited is miles ahead of BK 2048's button raising.
Yeah.
Miles ahead.
Yeah.
Right. And I think for that reason, we want to be shoving a lot of things off the small blind, such like king queen suited. King, queen, jack suited, queen, jack off, maybe? I don't know.
That's interesting.
Queen 10 suited.
So because you don't want to just do a normal 3-bet, like 3x this to 3,600, $4,000.
Yeah, so the reason why I don't want to 3-bet
with
here
king, queen,
is because, if we go to 3,600, right?
Yeah.
He calls.
Yeah, we're going to hit a lot
flop.
of...
We have a pot size bet.
I just get it in, yeah.
We just shove her...
Because we're usually going to have 2 overcards. Yeah, pretty much. But I think either way is okay.
But I think the good thing about this is because we're doing this with other things that aren't as good as ace queen suited, he can actually call us with worse. So this can be seen as a value shove where he's probably snapping us with ace jack, ace 10, ace 9 suited, and things like that. Where ace queen suited, I think I'm very happy to put the chips in. I want to call right here.
Yeah, I like it. I like it. I don't think we're getting called very often, and in fact, he folds here.
Yeah, because he's folding. So because he's raising so much. Yeah,
and which is why even though it's not game theory optimal, I still kind of like the 3-bet here. Well, I mean, I kind of like the 3-bet here because we get called a lot and we're going to be miles ahead of him because I think he's got a lot of weak aces in his hand and things like that.
Yeah.
And so I'm okay with just raising, jamming it on the flop or whatever and getting a few more chips. But honestly, I think they're probably both pretty close to the same amount of profit because you also risk like letting him hit the flop and getting
He kind of, if we give him more information. That is the flop cards.
Yeah.
He can make better decisions. I mean, I don't know. I think he can still call here with a reasonable amount of hands that we dominate.
Yeah.
But, I don't know. Oh, we have pocket aces? I don't know.
Pocket ones.
Oh, that's a good hand.
Seems all right. So
I really don't know what I do here. I might...
See, I think here you should be even more likely to just... make it like 3,600, right?
The School of Tonka wouldn't make it 3,600.
He just jimmy jams it?
No.
He just calls it? No. I never flat with aces. This is one of my huge leaks. If you ever play against me, I will never flat with aces. I think it just gets you into weird spots for no good reason. We're so short stacked here that like we just want to get as many chips in as we can pre-flop because I feel like there's just I don't know. I understand why you would just flat here, but you do just flat here. I get it. Well, like, what if this guy? Crack
rack jams. That's a dream.
Yeah, I guess that is one reason to actually call here is because you can induce crack rack to jam.
That's a dream. I mean
that. Okay, I like it for that reason.
So I think a couple. Okay, the reason why. And he does that specifically in his high stakes games with his certain opponents because, and especially I think it has to do with late position openers because if he's only he likes to call, and I think a lot of good players like to call a lot of the range versus late position openers. Say things like king, queen jack suited, king queen off, whatever. And then if he's calling those, then he should be balancing with some of his other range. And now, especially versus someone like Zenzom 1-3, I mean, he's not in a late position open, but he's a good player. And I think if we're 3-betting a very polarized range of literally only the nuts, he can make perfect decisions. That again, he is opening off of the under the gun. Opening and under the gun, he's probably pretty strong, and he's probably not going anywhere.
So you're saying we're not balancing our 3-betting range here?
Yeah.
Because
I'm not 3-betting. I'm not
like 10 jack suited. You're not. Are you 3-betting here?
I don't know. Versus an under the gun open, I don't really feel good about that.
Yeah. Yeah, that's a fair point. Like,
I just feel like our hands face up when we do that.
Yeah.
And then again, his range is really strong. So is he going to just fold pocket jacks? I mean,
right. I mean that's kind of my thought. Is his raise is so strong, raising under the gun. His range is so strong that he's very likely to at least flat us, and that's more chips in the pot.
Yeah.
Whereas yeah, and like and you know, and there might be flops that kill the action. There's flops that don't, and I think therefore there's a lot of chips for us to win just from that pre-flop.
Yeah, I think that's a good argument. I think maybe. Raising is it might be slightly superior. I don't know.
And so now we're in kind of an annoying spot because he checks to us. I guess we check back.
No, I'm betting this.
You're betting?
Yeah, I mean, I think he has a lot of hands that don't want to go anywhere. Say things like ace queen, maybe with a diamond, possibly. Yeah. We can get a value from. He might check ace jack. He might check pocket queens. He might check pocket tens. I think there's a lot of draws on this board, whether it's gutters.
You think he's going to check pocket queens?
Possibly. Some people do that.
Okay, if he's going to check pocket queens, he's just going to bet him on later streets, though. I'm not too worried about when he's got pocket queens. We're going to get value when he's got...
This is a wet board, though. You want to check this back? Why?
Because if he's connected with it at all, if he's got a flush draw here, he's betting almost 100% of the time, right? Okay. So, like, I'm not really worried about, like, he's going to get a free card and beat us here. Like, what is he checking back here? He's checking back, like, hands like ace-king, except there's half as many combos of those because we have two aces here. Sure. He's checking back, like, hands like king-queen. And I think, like, a lot of his range is hands like king-queen where, like, yeah, I mean, we're just not going to get any value out of king-queen here. Like, he's just going to fold. He could have a hand like king 10 suited of the wrong suit. He could have lots of suited cards of the wrong suit. I just want to give him, I want to give him the chance to bluff more. I want to make it look like we missed this. We're not really afraid of anything, and we give him a chance to catch up. We give him a chance to bluff. We give him a chance to make it look like our hand's weak, and then like maybe look like we're taking a stab later if he checks to us again and he has some weak hand.
You were not afraid of anything?
What are we afraid of?
There's a decent amount of bad turn cards.
What are we afraid of?
I think a 9 looks pretty bad.
For what? Because he's got
pocket 10s, ace 10.
Pocket 10s, but pocket 10s, okay, they've gained a little equity, but they're still not ahead of us.
Oh, if a 9 comes off?
Yeah.
They have a straight.
7. Oh yeah, sorry. Yes, you're right. Okay, the 9. Yeah,
okay,
sorry.
So
you're exactly right.
Card,
so if he's got the exact gut shots. Okay, the 9 or the 10.
I think a 9 and a 10 is a bad card. Although he shouldn't have too many 9s.
Okay.
Maybe pocket 9s he has.
You're right.
Or possibly ace 9 suited or something. 9s and 10s are bad cards. I think pretty much that's it. Maybe diamonds also. I mean, yeah, I don't know. I don't feel like slow playing it here. I think if we bet and then we can just jam the turn. But
so you're saying 16% of the time we see cards that are bad for us, but they're only bad for us probably 15%, 20% of the time, maybe on top of that. Like, I'm not that worried about it. I'm not worried about any turn card.
I think, I guess you could check back and essentially slow play.
All right, so you throw out a little bet here. You say, oh, yeah, I mean... The other thing about betting here...
I think we can rep a lot of bluffs.
Yeah, I guess that's true.
We start to tell the story of a guy who has a jack or possibly 2 diamonds.
I guess the thing here, I guess the reason I don't like betting here too is this board connects with our range a lot more than connects with his range, I think. And therefore, because we have more of the drawy type hands. And so when we bet, his thought is going to be, first, I probably should fold because this board connects with his range a lot more than my range, you know? So, yeah, I just feel like we can check it back and maybe get some value from him later. Granted, maybe we're never getting... Well, a lot of hands we're never getting any value from unless he just happens to improve or something like that. So, I mean, it's not... Because I also think, yeah, I mean, and he probably didn't have 10s because of, I mean, again, his results. Yeah, he would call.
So,
but, yeah.
Yeah, he probably had, like, king, queen exactly. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe 3-betting pre-flop is better and also checking back to flop's better. Yeah. I can see that.
Yeah, by results, clearly I was right.
No, I can see that for sure. I mean, we can conceive of a scenario where calling.
Yeah, I mean that's the thing is like I don't even confidently say like the 3-bet thing is better because yeah, you could be real sneaky and stack him off. You know, if a board comes like that and he's got queens, a lot of time he's probably gonna stack off pre-flop with queen. Yeah. But if the board comes like
9,
yeah, if the board comes like 8 high and he's got pocket 9s, pocket 10s, he's probably going to be willing to stack off on that flop, you know, and into your aces because he's never going to put you on aces or whatever.
Right.
So yeah, I think there are spots where you can do it. Here you decided to open min raise king 10, and you get shoved on by the big blind with 13 bigs and fold seems standard. King 10's just not a great hand to call with because basically every hand anybody would shove with is ahead of you. All pocket pairs, all aces, and any king that people feel like shoving with is going to be ahead of you. I'm fine with an open here, although this table's been fairly active and the big blind's pretty short, so I'm probably actually just going to fold here. Yeah, I think that's reasonable.
Folding this.
Yeah, we're definitely raising this up here, making it a little bigger, which is fine because we're under the gun, out of position here, so we can make it a little bit bigger than 2x. I think that's okay. We get a call on the button. Maybe he's got aces.
Maybe.
Oh, okay. This is interesting.
He has like 8.
This guy folds. Right, so I mean, we're definitely not folding here.
No.
I think the question is, yeah, I guess we have to jam because the other guy's pretty short. We don't want to let him jam. We want to be the ones that jam and get him to fold out.
Right.
So yeah, we just jam here.
I agree.
And he folds it.
And
What do you think, dog? Yeah, that's right. Is it going to hold? Is it going to hold, or is our opponent having a 9?
Can't remember.
Woohoo!
Oh, no. Oh, wait. I
You did not get lucky.
Whoops.
You did not get lucky.
Yeah, no, I mean, you just can't do anything. The guy had 8 big blinds in pocket aces.
Yeah. And you had one of the aces. Yeah.
No, I do remember that hand.
Yeah. Nothing you can do, and now we're back down to 18 big blinds, which means we get to play less. Yay!
6-3 off. I guess you could defend, but
no. I think you could. More trash.
Trash. In the garbage.
Dog, stop barking. This is annoying. I think we have to fold it here, though.
Unless, like, you think that Chris Partlow is an absolute wacko and it has a 3-bet folding range off of that stack, I guess you could 4-bet shove, but calling is
the stack can't be right. His VPIP is 10, but his pre-flop raise is 11.
I don't know how that makes any sense, and I have seen that on my program before. This is the thing. I don't know. Oh, it's rounding. It's rounding error.
Yeah, 219.
No, it's saying no. It's not rounding error.
2/21.
No.
Huh. I have to think about that sometime. I don't know how that could happen. But anyway, yeah, these two numbers are pretty low. I mean, this is basically, we only have 21 hands on this guy, so these numbers might not be that accurate. But it seems like he's not playing a ton of hands. And the only way we could ever do anything here is if we think this guy just loves to raise people, with just rando hands or whatever, and we just want to like punish. But yeah, we would have made it 10. Pocket 8's interesting.
Makes it straight. That's our interesting 3-bet. I don't know why he wouldn't just jam.
Yeah, it was a small 3-bet. Yeah, I mean, well, he probably doesn't want to jam because he doesn't want to risk his stack against this guy with 20 big blinds. Although 20 big blinds is short enough that you probably can. It's probably safe too. But if you had 25 big blinds, you probably wouldn't, right? So it's going to be pretty close. Like, are you jamming 25 big blinds?
Just call 25 big blinds, probably.
Okay, yeah.
I mean, I don't know. That 3-bet's kind of awkward, but...
Yeah, I think you're just at awkward stack sizes there. So I can understand why he did... I think he did it to then fold if he gets shoved over.
Really?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, I guess so.
Because, I mean...
I feel like you're going to
under the gun, short stack under the gun raises... You re-raise. If anybody shoves over you, they've got a monster hand.
Right.
I mean, you're making a mistake against like ace queen, ace king. Yeah, I mean, but
those are just as many combos. As
yeah.
I don't know. I would just jam it, but
yeah.
Hey.
I think it's fine. I think it's fine to just jam it. I think if his stack was just a little bit bigger, I think his play would make more sense. So if it's right on the line, I don't really care. We're folding the king 7 against a 9 big blind shove. Yeah, we can't do anything there because of the raise. Yeah, this is again shitty stack size. All we can do is hope nobody shoves before us, so we get a chance to shove.
How did I get short? Oh yeah, Chris Partlow aces.
Aces. All right, so we've got a hand.
One before the button.
One before the button. I mean, as we said, like with I'm pretty sure this is a shove. Well, you said you use the chart, right?
My feelings are that
you fold. Okay, so maybe the chart says it's not. Yeah, so maybe it's like king 9 or something like that.
Yeah, that's not. I don't think that's a shove. You can look. We're gonna look at the computer.
All right. We got all the technology here. Ace king. Clearly, we are shoving this.
It is.
And it just shoves through.
Yeah, you need king 10 or better, actually.
King 10 or better. Okay.
Wait, I just raised? No, I called that?
No, you shoved it.
Okay.
Yeah. You shoved, it folds through. So nothing exciting there. King Jack, can't do anything before the guy raises. If he doesn't raise, we probably still have to fold King Jack from our position.
Probably. I mean, you could jam it, but I think we have too many people behind.
Yeah, King Jack.
I don't want to raise.
King Jack is the worst hand because again, it's about as bad as King 10, where every hand that calls you is better than you.
Yeah.
5-6 is trash. Trash.
I'm folding that.
Yeah, I assume. Yeah. Trash.
I would have shoved in the small blind, but that's it.
We've been sitting at a small stack size for most of this tournament now. How far are we in? 93 hands. And so far we've just been at shitty stack size. We had a little like 28 big blind stack for a little while, but most of the time it's just been this.
I believe this is a shove up. No, never mind.
Yeah, just gotta fold it, I think. Yep.
It would have been a shove.
This is not a shove.
No way.
This is not a shove.
Probably not. Deuce 7 off.
This is not a shove. This is a shove. Pretty much all pocket pairs are shoves.
Deuces plus.
Yeah.
So, yeah, all
and it folds through. So we're just picking up blinds. We're just surviving. But hey, you can survive forever if you can pick up the big blinds every orbit.
Guy shoved behind. I probably would have defended it. I don't know. Yeah. Oh, nice little premium.
So this guy raises.
All in.
And it sucks because he's a pretty tight player, but I think we're still ahead of his raising range.
I mean, ace queen's too good.
Yeah. I mean, it's not the best spot in the world, but it's okay.
I mean, he's got to have ace jack, ace 10.
Well, we bink our queen here, and he's got jack 10 suited. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, he had enough chips where he should be raising a little lighter. So.
Yeah. Reasonable. Folding this.
No.
Yeah.
Oh, wait. Oh.
Yeah,
right,
to the raise, yeah.
Oops.
Folding this. Alright, we got a reasonable hand again here.
We have 20 big blinds, little min raise.
Yeah, so 22 big blinds. Yeah, we don't want to shove, so I think that's fine. And just folds around again. People are giving us too much credit, man. Good fold. Come on. Pocket sixes here, so we are going to be getting it all, not all in, but, well...
I think we're interesting that we talked about this before where I said we'd probably be shoving pocket sixes at 20 big blinds.
Okay.
I feel like he's been less active than we thought he would have been.
Well, I mean, his pre-flop raise is 18%. He's under the gun. He seems like a good player, so he's probably playing better hands out of position. You know, he's probably playing good positional poker. Our pocket sixes in front of most of his range there.
Probably, but then we have 6 people behind.
God, yeah,
we're not calling.
Sucks, yeah.
So we're either shoving or folding. I would shove over him in later position, but I don't think this is a good shove.
Yeah, that's true. I think if we were on like the button or maybe the cutoff, we could jam.
For sure. I mean, especially if he's raising from later position.
I wonder if we get to see what hand he's got here. Check. He bets and a fold. Okay, so we don't get to see.
Queen or something like that.
Yeah. Seems reasonable. Pocket fives here. Same fucking situation.
It's even a worse situation.
Yeah.
So at least we're consistent.
Into the muck. Sevens, now we can actually raise here. Oh, you don't want to do it with the 19. I mean, I guess we talked about this.
Yeah, it's just like the same thing with pocket sixes.
Yeah, sevens aren't much better, yeah.
I mean, I suppose you could just rip this. You could just shove it in.
Yeah.
You could raise it. None of them seem particularly appealing.
I'm a little tempted to raise it just because we've been getting so many fold throughs and these two players are pretty tight. But it's probably not super profitable, and thank God we did not. Yeah, Holy shit! All right, we got a monster hand
you
here.
You can ask me if you want to know where to get those card identifiers. King Queen
suited makes sense.
There's Ace Queen. All right. What else we got?
No, that's a King Queen as well, right? King Queen off, yeah. Ace King, Jesus, and aces. Wow. Yeah, little behind there. Yeah. Though we actually would have had pretty good equity.
Not versus the aces.
Yeah, I mean, if it goes 5 ways, but then like this guy's probably not calling there. Yeah. Anyway, okay, so we know that guy plays aces, so that's something.
Huh. Who knew?
Queen 8. So you decide he 2.5x's, and you say you ain't pushing me around. I'm calling here. I think
it's solid. Like a standard play. I mean, Queen 8 is a decent enough hand. We're getting 3 to 1.
2.73 to 1. In position.
I'm not folding.
Our 8 is red. All these are good things.
Queen is give me some blue cards, dealer.
He checks. This is that same thing we talked about before, but except this board is a bit more wet. So he could be a little more afraid that we've hit it. Like this hits our range pretty hard. Do you decide to bet or check here?
I feel like betting this flop is pretty nice, actually. I mean, we have a gutter.
Yeah.
So we don't have any. We can bet fold pretty happily.
Yeah.
We only have queen high. You know, it's got some showdown value, but at the same time, it's not great. We can maybe get some king high as a fold. We can get maybe pocket like fours to fold.
Yeah.
Or no, sorry, not pocket fours, but pocket fives or something like that.
Yeah, we fold out a ton of hands that have equity against us. We fold out a ton of hands that are ahead of us, and in the occasions where we get called, we're hopefully not getting shoved on. If we get shoved on, it's whatever. Yeah, we have to fold, obviously. But in all other situations, if we just get called, we can see the flop. Bet sizing here, I'm because we're so short stacked, I want to do it on the small side.
Yeah, I'd probably go about half pot, maybe a little less.
Yeah,
Maybe
20, 27.
Yeah, sure. 20, 26, 27. I think I bet here. Oh,
23.5. You're going even a little lower. I find that's probably fine. I mean, it's probably going to fold out about the same hands that we would have with 27, maybe. I don't know. It's close.
But this is the good thing about this is that if I had a 10, for example, I would kind of be a little sad about this. But I'm not really that sad. I just lost 23.50. But
yeah.
I mean,
yeah, still okay. Seems reasonable. We need to keep an eye on this guy to see if he is just looking for lots of spots like that and just like really trying to punish. And also, again, those sneaky checks when you're. I mean, I guess he raised.
Like he has things when he had.
Yeah.
I mean, he could have had maybe even as good as like queens there.
Yeah. Or just a draw or something. Who knows? But yeah. We're gonna. Spot. Oh, okay. I was gonna say we're gonna fold. We're not gonna fold.
So. Well, when you take a look at Chris Partlow, who has 5 big blinds.
Yeah, he's got 5 big blinds. I see that. So but we've only have half a big blind in there.
Right. Oh, true. But I mean, that's really we're looking at like what price we're getting laid, right? So if I'm looking at the Nash ranges, like the things that he should be shoving, which are things like all pairs, basically all aces. King 5 suited plus, Queen 9 off plus, Queen 8 suited plus, Queen 10 off plus, Jack 8 suited plus, Jack 10 off, 10 8 suited plus, 9 8 suited. I'm pretty sure if you put that into a little calculator that we would be ahead.
Yeah, but he's a little on the from the stats we've seen, he's on the tight side. I think like he's playing a little tighter than that range. I don't think we're way that far ahead, and we've got the guy to our left. Who, most of the time he's folding, but on occasion he wakes up, 10% of the time he wakes up with a monster that he's going to go all in with. To me, that makes this a fold, but I mean, it's close. I can understand the reasoning. Like, yeah, you might be marginally ahead of his range, depending on, you're definitely ahead of the Nash range. I think that's true. I don't know if you're ahead, though, of his true range, given how tight I'm guessing he's playing.
And we don't even have to be that ahead because we have all the chips from the antes and the blinds.
Yeah. I mean, it was putting it at 37%.
Yeah.
So, I mean, it's, yeah.
I mean, would you call from the big blind?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. I think you have to. So yeah,
but I flopped 2 pairs.
Right, but I would call from the big blind because not only do we have more chips in, but we don't have a guy to our left to punish us.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know if shoving in there is a disaster because of. I mean, the guy on the left, once we shove, should be calling with what, the top 5% of his hands or something. Basically, like sixes plus.
Yeah.
Ace 10 off plus. Like not a lot of hands.
But we flopped 2 pair. That's pretty cool. That's pretty cool. And he doesn't make 2 pair with his ace something. Look at that, ace queen suited. What did I tell you? I think this guy's pretty tight. I think he's got good hands. Not that this proves anything.
I don't know.
But I do kind of feel like looking at those stats, looking at what we've kind of seen from him, I kind of think that his range is a lot tighter than the ideal range.
Right.
I mean, because the other thing is, too, he's let his stack get down to 5 big blinds, like... That typically means that you haven't been shoving as much as you should. I think there's a lot of things here that, and again, 13, 10%. Like,
I guess I just assume wrongly that people are shoving Nash.
Yeah, that's against in tournaments where there's a lot of bad players. That's a real bad assumption. Yeah. Most people shove a lot tighter than they should and call way, way tighter than they should. And so you should adjust accordingly. And this is why I was saying earlier, the Nash is unexploitable, but that doesn't mean it's actually going to make you the most money. You need to adjust to the other players to really...
Yeah, that might be a bad call against that opponent.
I mean, again, I'm speculating. It was only 50 hands of data. It's whatever and all that. But I think it's something that you should think about. It should at least cross your mind to think about, like, okay, do I think this player really is this way? Do I really think he's shoving this wide of a range?
Yeah, I'm not sure.
May never.
Yeah. Making a raise here. We've been making it 2x before.
Yeah, I kind of just
clicking buttons.
Clicking buttons a little bit. I mean, 2.2 versus 2.
I don't think
it's like basically the same. I don't know. Sometimes I like to
I mean,
numbers.
so Harrington and Hold'em actually suggests, which is one of the old school books, actually suggests randomizing your bets slightly, like plus or minus like half a big blind or whatever, just to fuck with people's heads. Basically, that's the entire reason, is to make them think that you have a pattern with your bet sizing when you really don't, or whatever.
Yeah, well,
which I think is cute. So
I really don't have a pattern. I mean,
but what I'm saying is you might have a pattern and not realize it. Like if you made this bet and you didn't think, well, I've been making it 2x before and now I'll just make it this. Like you might inadvertently be doing this only with better hands that whatever you're okay with being called with or whatever. I've caught myself doing that before, so it's like something to think about a little bit.
Yeah, this is interesting.
This is not what we want to see.
No, especially because, well, I mean, the thing is, he is named Big Pot Poker 1.
But your name is Titans Fan 396, so...
we can make our reads. So, anyway, we have 20 big blinds.
Okay. Now our decision's real simple,
I probably would have folded it.
Yeah, with this guy just shoving, 31 bigs is a big shove over this bet.
It's 20 bigs effective. Basically.
Oh yeah, 20 bigs effective. 23 with the other guy, but it doesn't really matter about the other guy. Yeah, so I mean maybe the shove makes sense because he's shoving 20.
It doesn't matter with the other guy.
Well, right, but I mean it doesn't. I mean he's 23 bigs. It doesn't change.
So
much,
23 bigs effective.
Yeah.
Which is a big shove.
Yeah, like a lot of players will not shove. I think he's got a very good hand. I wouldn't say a very good. I mean, I think he's got a hand potentially like sevens or something like that.
He's got 7.
Yeah.
If he's a I think he could have Jack 10 suited.
I don't think he could have Jack 10 suited. Though you might be just saying this because you've seen the hand, right?
No. Well, I mean, I think a lot of I don't know, but maybe I just watch the high stakes Tonka videos too much. But
I mean, to be fair, we have almost no information on Sam. We've seen 12 hands played from this guy. He hasn't played a single hand, which is a little bit of something, but it's pretty easy to get 12 shitty hands in a row and not play. So we don't really know anything about this guy. So it's hard to speculate on what he's doing.
Sure.
I think more often than not, though, people are unwilling to put their chips in big like this. I mean, unless they've got two spots of either they're super confident or they've got a good-ish hand and they don't know what to do with it. Like sevens, where you're like, I know this might or may not be the best hand, but I don't want to see a flop or anything. I'm just going to get it in. I think those are kind of the two things.
Yeah.
Jack 10 suited.
Jack 10 suited is an interesting shove there that a lot of really good players make because I should be off of 20 big ones. I think I should have a decent amount of raise folds, like a decent amount. I mean, I'm clearly not a wacko being 18-13. At the same time, also Jack 10 suited, it's really hard to find a hand that Jack 10 suited doesn't have a boatload of equity against, other than overpairs.
But this is partially because I play lower stakes and even when I play live, I'm grinding out against shitty players usually. So I find that in general, I don't like thinking all the time of, well, what if they're exploiting me this way? I think that gets you into more trouble than it's worth a lot of the time.
Yeah.
I don't think this guy's looking for a spot.
No, I'm not
necessarily.
looking at GTO.
That's not.
I'm looking at just what would be a good play. Let's see what he has. I don't know. I forget what he has.
Jack 10 suited's good. Ace 5.
Ah.
This is even more bunk. What the fuck is this guy doing?
No, I think honestly, I think that's somewhat crazy, but I think it would be not crazy at all if it were suited.
Yeah, well, right. The Ace 5 suited is
the
hip new hand to shove with, right?
But seriously.
Yeah. No, and there's a lot of arguments for
Jack
that.
Jack 10 suited is maybe even a better shove than Ace 5 suited, because Jack 10 suited is more rarely dominated.
But, looking at our image, we are not playing very many hands at all. We're looking pretty tight, pretty solid. Yeah, I get what you're saying of like we probably need to fold a decent amount of our range, but I would much rather see this shove with Jack 10 suited than Ace 5 offsuit.
No, I think Ace 5 off is. I'm not sure if that's a good shove.
Because you get called so often by hands that are destroying you, like
Ace Queen, Ace Jack, Ace 10.
I mean, literally, you get called. Period. And you're like you're never in great shape.
Yeah, you get called by any pair. You only have 33% equity.
Yeah.
You're never getting called by King Queen. You're screwed.
Yeah. Even if you get called by King Queen suited, it's basically a coin flip. Basically. I mean.
Yeah, I don't know. I think Ace 5 suited is a fine shove, but Ace 5 off, I don't know. It's great. This call is interesting. If you know that guy is shoving Ace 5 off, then you could definitely snap Ace Jack. I don't know. Yeah, I mean, I don't know.
I would definitely be making some notes after this hand. I find this.
I fold Ace Jack there personally, but hey, good call.
Yeah, no, I would be afraid too. Having seen this guy do nothing so far and then just jam this in. I like I said. I mean, my assumption is most players aren't doing this. Yeah. And who knows? I mean, we'll watch this guy as it goes on. Who knows what this guy was thinking?
He was thinking big pot poker.
Yeah. He was like, pot, is it big yet? Oh, let me make it big. All right.
Yeah, it's a little crazy.
All in triangle. Done.
All right. Well, now we know. And he has 7,000. I believe... Well, I don't know. I can't. My memory is a little...
Yeah, I mean, he may go busto pretty soon here, but if not, I would definitely make notes on this player and be watching to see if I thought he made that because he thought I have an ace, fuck it, or if he thought, oh, here's a great spot for me to really squeeze on this guy or whatever.
I really don't think. I think it's slightly bad. I don't think it's that. I really don't think it's that bad.
I mean, in the grand scheme of mistakes you can make.
It's not like he shoved Jack 9 off.
I would kind of rather see him shove Jack 9.
Yeah.
Because you're dominated a lot less often with Jack 9 than you are with Ace 5.
It's true.
I think this is
if you're just shoving anything, you might as well shove things that have good equity against the column.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I would if you're going to have that strategy of attacking, which is interesting and I think could definitely be profitable, I would much rather shove with those types of hands.
Why Ace 5 is off is a little better is the Ace blocker. That's true.
Yeah, that's fair. That's fair, I guess.
I forgot about that.
It changes it a little.
Anyway, we can debate this for...
Yeah. Speaking of which, we are about out of time, and we didn't talk about the beer yet again. Although usually I use the beer more as an excuse when I'm playing live, so that I can fill the dead space by talking about my beer. Whereas when we're just talking about this and it's already happened, it's not as much time to talk about beer. But I will talk about the beer I've been drinking, which is the Vanilla Java Porter from Atwater Brewery. I'd never had this beer before, and honestly, there are better coffee porters out there for sure. The vanilla makes it a little interesting, but this is not my favorite.
Beer snob. I'm just drinking a Fireman's 4.
Fireman's 4 again.
Yep.
Mm-hmm. All right, thanks for watching. We will continue this next week. Like I said, comment if you have questions or disagree with us about hands or whatever, and subscribe so you can see us next week.